I'm Edmund Long. I'm the owner-operator of Chick-fil-A inside La Palmera Mall. I'm one of 5 operators of Chick-fil-A's here in the Coastal Bend. We have a store in Calallen. We have a store on the corner of Everhart and South Padre Island Drive, as well as one across the street from us at the mall on Staples and McCardle. And one of the newer ones is on Saratoga. Chick-fil-A's here in the Coastal Bend decided to partner with Agape Ranch because our values align with each other so well. Our partnership with Agape Ranch has a lot more to do with the lives that we can impact than it does with anything that's going to necessarily further our business. Our community has supported us in amazing ways, particularly over the past few months. As I'm sure you've seen, some of the drive-thrus lately have been pretty busy, and so we're very appreciative of that. We've decided to partner with Agape Ranch because of the ways that they connect with the community, with the most vulnerable members of our community. And so we want to pay it back to our community by partnering with Agape Ranch. We invite you to join us in this partnership with this organization that is quite literally changing lives every day.
It is such a great privilege for Agape Ranch to have the support of Chick-fil-A. They're a business whose reputation and excellence in community care precedes them because of their incredible work that they do. Chick-fil-A serves our community through so many ways. I've seen them serve through fundraisers and sending volunteers and providing meals for vulnerable children and families, as well as supporting foster and adoptive families and children and youth, especially during this time through COVID. It's been a beautiful thing for me to watch. Their mission goes far beyond selling chicken. They are truly about caring for their community and leaving a significant legacy in the community that they serve. So Agape Ranch is so honored to partner with Chick-fil-A.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 2020 Agape Ranch Legacy unGala, the gift of time presented by Chick-fil-A. I'm Juan Carlos Reyes with KVNJ. Thank you so much for tuning in. Now, the vision of Agape Ranch is that every child will experience unconditional love and understand his or her value. Many children in foster care feel unlovable because of the abuse that they've suffered all their lives. Agape Ranch breaks that cycle by providing compassionate care, connections within the community, and now by creating a neighborhood to give them a place to call home with families that provide unconditional love. This evening will benefit foster, adoption-ready, and aging out youth in the Coastal Bend. And I can't thank you enough that you are joining us as we explore foster care and how it impacts at-risk children and families. Our stories tonight are real stories, told by real individuals and families that Agape Ranch has had the honor of walking alongside through their foster care and adoption journey. These are members of your community who go to your church, attend school with your children, and work alongside you every day. This is the community that has stepped in to be part of a child's village. You may be wondering how you can connect with the mission of Agape Ranch. We assure you that we need you, and these children and families need you. Throughout the evening, you will be educated on the array of opportunities where you can partner with us, and we pray that you will search your hearts to understand where you can leave a legacy. Tonight, as you participate in the unGala, we encourage you to visit our silent auction, which closes at 10 p.m. You can go to agaperanch.org/unGala. Also connect with the team via Facebook at agaperanch.org, YouTube, or direct message us on Instagram with any questions that you may have, and donate on our website at agaperanch.org/fundhome. Now, the most recent statistics by the Department of Family and Protective Services in Texas found that there are more than 170,000 child abuse investigations. Now, some of these investigations do not reveal a case of abuse, neglect, or abandonment that will place a child into foster care, but exposes an opportunity to serve a local family in need. And through Agape Ranch, as the implementing partner of the Care Portal in the Coastal Bend, partner churches meet tangible needs and share the gospel with vulnerable children. For a child, when an investigator arrives and conducts a report on their family, that can be a very scary time. If the family is truly not abusive or neglectful, they do not want to be removed from their home and the family that loves them. Care Portal allows the church to step in and support the child, decreasing the trauma experience and keeps the family together. And I'd like to introduce you to Donna Kilgore, who leads the Care Portal at St. Andrew's Episcopal Church.
Hi, I'm Donna Kilgore from St. Andrew's Episcopal Church, speaking for Care Portal. Care Portal is an amazing outreach ministry facilitated by Agape Ranch that St. Andrew's became involved in about 3 years ago. It provides the structure in which we can be the hands and feet of Jesus in our community by helping vulnerable children and families in crisis. The online platform allows the CPS caseworkers to post and email the needs of their clients to participating churches in that area. If the church can respond, we simply click on that, and the caseworker sends us the contact information of the client. Then trained members of the church deliver the needs to the families. We are doing much more than just providing needs, but we also seek to minister, pray, mentor, and help these families and children, and may prevent them going into foster care. We seek to help reduce the stress and fear so many of these at-risk families experience. As a very small church, Care Portal gives us the opportunity to reach out and make a difference in a way that we could afford. Everyone at St. Andrew's participates in some way. Somehow, God always blesses us with the ability to provide the needs. Recently, we teamed up with other churches to provide for and deliver some of the larger requests. Emmaus Church worked jointly with us to have bed builds, where a group of volunteers built twin bunk beds so that we can respond quickly when there's a need. A ladies group from another church donated enough money to purchase new mattresses and bedding sets. The once empty building behind St. Andrew's became the Care Portal building, where any church in the Corpus Christi area can store donations, and we share whatever is there with any church who needs it to respond to a case. In doing so, we minister not only to our Care Portal families, but also to each other. We help more families in crisis by working together, and wonderful relationships have developed. It makes it a little harder to build a relationship with our clients when we cannot be in physical proximity, but we are spreading the seeds of love, and we trust God will nurture and provide. Every church needs to know about this life-changing ministry. Nothing is better than seeing little faces light up when they are told they're precious and loved, valued, and important in a tangible way. Every church can fully participate in spreading God's love to these vulnerable, hurting families through Care Portal. If you're interested in participating in Care Portal, all you need to do is go online and Google agaperanch.org. That will direct you to the help you will need to allow your church to be a part of the Care Portal family.
We're taught in the book of Hebrews, chapter 13, verse 16, that says, "Do not neglect to do good and to share what you have, for such sacrifices are pleasing to God." Thank you, Donna, for sharing the impact Care Portal is making. Now, because the church supports families through these potentially traumatic experiences, children are able to stay home and not be taken into foster care. Now, when investigations reveal a need for removal such as abuse, neglect, or abandonment, Children leave the only home that they know, often with their possessions in a trash bag. Typically, they will be separated from their siblings into different homes with strangers. The most recent statistic in the state of Texas revealed that approximately 4 children are placed into foster care each hour. That means that in the next 24 hours, nearly 100 kids will be taken into care across the state. This is the reality of the foster care system. Taking children into care is only the first step. Foster families need a support system and community to surround them. This is not only necessary, but a calling of the church to care for the vulnerable children. Supporting foster families through Agape Ranch's respite care program is the primary way that Agape supports foster families in the Coastal Bend. For a look at how this works, I'm pleased to introduce a fantastic friend of mine, Jessica Blakesley, and the Rima family.
Hi, I'm Jessica Blakesley, and I'm one of the respite care providers for Agape Ranch. My call to foster care started when I was 19 years old. I was sitting in church and we heard a sermon on foster care, and that day I gave God my yes. And I didn't know what that would look like. I didn't think I would be able to jump into foster care as early as I have, just because I was single and 19 years old, and I just didn't know that there was a role for me. But as I got involved with Agape Ranch and I learned about respite care, I knew that that was something that I wanted to do. And so when I turned 21, it was the first thing I signed up for. And I went to the trainings and I got certified and just jumped right in. And I've been able to meet some really great families that have a heart for Jesus and a heart for children. And I've been able to work alongside them. One of my favorite things about providing respite care is when parents come home from a date or just some time together and there's just refreshment and peace. And I love being able to just be able to step into their lives just for a moment to provide care for their kiddos. And it gives them a little bit more wind in their sail, helps them to keep going, to keep providing quality care for these foster children. And I know that these small little moments that I get to be with their family make big impacts for foster kids. Maybe you're like me and you want to give God your yes to foster care, but right now that just doesn't feel like something you can do. I would encourage you to check out respite care providing. It is a really small way to make a big difference in foster families. If you are interested in joining respite care, I would encourage you to check out Agape Ranch to learn more about how you can get involved and how you can be a part of the bigger story of foster kids.
Hi, my name is Bree, and this is my husband Nathan, and we just want to talk about how amazing the Agape Acts program has been for our family.
We were placed with a really difficult foster placement, and as a last-ditch effort, we reached out to Agape Ranch, and through the Agape Ranch Acts program, they provided us with meals, which I did not expect, and honestly, I didn't think that they'd be able to do much, because I'd never heard of any program like that at all, but it really came through for us, and it was amazing. Agape Ranch really helped us out in a trying time and gave me a lot of peace of mind being at work, knowing that my wife was at home with somebody who was competent and understood the situation and really could help her in any way that she could.
When Jessica first reached out and said that she was going to come over and help me in any way, I did not know what to expect, but anything that I had even thought would happen just was blown out of the water. She came in with no judgment, no preconceived notions, stepped in alongside me and our children and helped out in ways I didn't even know that I needed. I know that not everybody can be a foster family, but if you feel called to help out a foster family, feel free to go to agaperanch.org where you can sign up to do babysitting, respite care, and provide meals and also make donations.
It is always encouraging to see how we can be there for others no matter what. Thank you, Jessica and the Rima family, for sharing. Now, as we have explored the first steps into foster care and how you can join Agape Ranch, we want you to take a moment and consider a few things that you can do right now. You can go and bid on the items listed on our silent auction. Again, you have until 10 p.m. And you can go to our website at agaperanch.org/fundhome. Remember, the Agape Ranch team is standing by on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and also the website agaperanch.org/contact us to answer any questions and get you started with the next steps. No matter how you contribute, your support of Agape Ranch is critical. You can support us through any of the ways previously mentioned, and we are always amazed at the gifts that our supporters are always willing to share with us to benefit vulnerable children, even the gift of music. And to hear more about that, I want you to meet the Reedus family.
Hi, we're Chris and Becca Reedus. We have been foster parents here in Corpus Christi, Texas for 3 years now, and we have 6 kids, which are biological, foster, and adopted. And we are excited to be here with you this evening sharing some music.
So earlier this year, we went through a pretty stressful time in our life in foster care, and we really felt like God was laying on our hearts some music to be written about those experiences, and ended up deciding that we wanted to make an album of these songs that we were writing in order to encourage other foster families, children in foster care, to help them know that they're not alone in their experiences, and also hopefully to place maybe a call in the church and our surrounding communities to come alongside the foster care ministry to love on biological parents, kids in care, and then the families who are caring for the children in foster care.
This song we're going to sing is called Be the Village, and it's kind of a letter of appreciation to all of the people who have come around us in our journey to be our village, and also, like she mentioned, a general call to the church to get more involved in child advocacy.
Welcome to the situation. There's a crisis here today. A city full of broken families who never wanted it this way. Now the kids are scattered over different temporary homes. Welcome to the modern orphans. How could we say no?
Find the love in every day and push away the darkness. Side with justice and with grace. The kingdom isn't far, it's here in us. Welcome to the difference. Welcome to the light. We can be the village, and it's worth the fight. 'Cause they're worth the fight.
Welcome to the resolution. We will take a step of faith to see them as our Father sees them and allow our hearts to break. We can fight to free the captive and give the fatherless a home. Look around and love our neighbors. Let His mercy flow.
Find the love in every day and push away the darkness. Side with justice and with grace. The kingdom isn't far, it's here in us. Welcome to the difference. Welcome to the light. We can be the village, and it's worth the fight. 'Cause they're worth the fight.
To the ones held down by the weight of addiction.
Everyone needs a village.
To the children found in the fear of oppression.
Everyone needs a village.
All across this town we can join in the mission.
Everyone needs a village. To the families out giving hope and affection.
Everyone needs a village.
To the faithful found in the work of compassion.
Everyone needs a village.
Let the church sing loud for the kingdom of heaven.
Everyone needs a village.
Everything is better when we're in it together. So we're learning how to be love, be the light and the blessing.
Everyone needs a village.
Every daughter, son in the light of the blessing.
Everyone needs a village.
So we'll all just come, it's an open confession.
Everyone needs a village.
Everything is better when we're in it together. So we're learning how to be the village. Everything is better when we're in it together. So we're learning how to be the village. Everything is better when we're in it together. So we're learning how to be the village.
As a DJ for KB&J, I know the impact that music can have on all of us. Thank you, Rita's family, for sharing your heart. Now, as for adoption, we believe the ultimate goal for children in foster care should be permanency. Whether that means reunification into stable and secure homes with the biological families or through adoption. Through Agape Connection, Agape Ranch unites prospective adoptive parents with children waiting for their forever homes. Allow me to introduce the Gaitan family to share their experience adopting through Agape Connection.
Hello, my name is David Gaitan, and this is my wife,
Angelina Gaitan.
and we'd like to share with you our story of our adoption journey. So our story starts about 6 years ago. 6 years ago when we got married. We knew that we wanted to grow our family. We just didn't know how God was going to call us to do that. So I talked to Angelina and said, well, what about adoption? And her question or answer back to me was, I don't know that I could love a child that isn't biologically mine.
After much prayer and talking with David, we decided that adoption was going to be the road for us. Looking back now and thinking about it, it was never a question if I was going to love my children. These were my children, and this is our family.
So our caseworker had told us about the Agape Connections, and what that is a picnic or a meeting for parents who are already licensed to the state. We arrived to the location, and as we pulled up, we saw some kids on the playground. And the first one that I saw was an older boy, about 3 or 4, and I told Angie, I'm like, look, there's a little boy, because I didn't want to set my heart on a younger child, because I didn't know if there would be any kids of that age. And when we pulled up, there were kids of all ages. I mean, from 18 months to probably 16, 17 years old. And Angelina actually had spotted another child who was much younger than the child that I saw.
I looked at the door, one of the ladies was carrying a baby, and he looked maybe about 1.5 years or so. Our caseworker, who ended up having that little baby, was holding him, and she started scanning the room, and she tells him, okay, God, help me out, where are his parents? And she spots David, and she's like, okay, there's your daddy.
We were told that he has a brother and a sister.
Who were there at the event as well.
Yeah, and when me and Angie started this whole process, I asked her, I said, how many kids are we looking to adopt? And she's like, I don't know, 3, maybe 4. And so that was kind of the 3, maybe 4 was our number. And so when we met with the kids caseworkers, she informed us that they were 3 whose rights had been already terminated of their parents, and that there could possibly be a 4th child that would join them. And so because we were licensed to foster and adopt, that made us available to be first in line, I guess, to adopt these kids, because our youngest, who did join them and we adopted later, was still in the fostering setting.
We got to spend most of the day with them, and we played with them. We had lunch, we picked out books.
Took them to the bathroom.
Yeah. We learned what it was like to be parents of multiple children in a couple of hours.
So when we were done with the event, our kiddos were taken away. We went to our car and we sat there for maybe 20, 30 minutes and just kind of
cried and cried. And it was very heartbreaking for us, because we knew we were leaving this event, and these were our children already. I mean, our question was always to everybody, how do you know? Does the sky open up and there's a light that shines and tells you these are your kids? And no, you just know.
We were always told that you would know when you know.
And we knew.
We knew.
We knew those were our babies, and we had to do something to get them home. So we were in the car and we emailed
our letter of intent.
Our letter of intent to the caseworker. And so a couple weeks later, we got the call that they were coming home. And the first 3 arrived on a Thursday afternoon, and they've been home since. That's their home. Those are our children. About 10 days later, our baby showed up.
It's funny because when we started, we prayed for these kids before we even knew them. So to pray for an untangible thing, sometimes it's kind of difficult. You know the end result is going to be whatever God wants. But once we had them home, we knew that we had been praying for them for a good 2 years, before they came home. Through the Agape Ranch, they have helped over 40 children match up with their forever homes.
And we've been truly blessed with everything that they were able to do for us and for the other adopted children out there.
So please pray about what you can give to help them out. They really are a blessing to our community.
What a journey for the Gaitan family and a difference that they've made for their children. Now, while many children achieve permanency through reunification or adoption, some children will spend their entire youth in the foster care system. It is our vision and hope that children will find a home at the Agape Ranch neighborhood. So, what is the Agape Ranch neighborhood? Let's meet Javier Huerta of CLK Architects and Tara O'Connell, Director of Region 11 of DFPS, to learn more.
Hi, my name is Javier Huerta. I work with CLK Architects, and back in 2016, the Agape Ranch was introduced to me. During this time, the vision was presented, and our firm was so impressed with the vision and concept of the Agape Ranch that we decided to invest. The Agape Ranch development has been, for certain, not an easy one. There's a lot of details that had to be looked at, and in the planning, there was development issues and funding that has created a number of challenges. But during this time, God has provided, and God has been really good to Agape Ranch. From an architecture standpoint, Agape Ranch is an 11-acre piece of property. The entire site is centered or is anchored by a park that the homes would be surrounded. And the idea in this and the concept was to create community. The layout of all the buildings and all the houses was also with this focus in mind. The Agape Ranch also includes a community building. It will allow the Agape Ranch to have a place where the families could come in for tutoring, come in for occupational therapy, and so the community building will be not only a place where families can gather and have activities as a group, but also for supportive events that, for training and teaching for all the families. The homes in the development are four different types. These homes will allow approximately 24 different families to live in this Agape Ranch community. The whole ranch and the whole community of Agape Ranch the idea was to create this family-centered environment. And it has been said previously that it takes a village to raise a kid. Agape Ranch vision certainly would be that.
Hi, my name is Tara O'Connell, and I am the Regional Director for Child Protective Services. One of my favorite things about Agape Ranch is that it's going to have a home that will allow us to place older children, 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds, in a foster care placement. And this is extremely important because at 18, sometimes, just like normal kids, right? They think that they can go and make it on their own, and then they realize that it's harder than they think. So for children who want to come back into the foster care system when they're 18, 19, or 20, Agape Ranch is actually gonna give them a place where they can live and where they can get the support and assistance and guidance that they need to become productive adults. It is so amazing that they're going to do this. With so many houses being on the same property, we will finally be able to place siblings together. I invite you to partner with us to help our children and to help their children and their children after that. Please consider donating.
Right now, I would like to welcome a fantastic friend of mine, Susan Klaus, the founder and executive director, as she shares an update on Agape Ranch.
Thank you, Juan Carlos. Due to the generosity of so many people and the Moody Foundation, we have been able to make some good headway towards the groundbreaking for the first foster home on the ranch. We have had few unforeseen delays, but the ranch's architectural team is working diligently to move the project forward. We love a good challenge. Javier Huerta shared with you the redesign of the master plan to accommodate the additional 3 acres that has been promised, which is a pretty great God story by itself, and work to create a welcoming community for the children. Our developer, Will Koch, and I have worked through the redesigning of the layout of the houses so that we can engineer them to be most cost efficient but highly functional homes, specifically with the foster children and aging out youth in mind. The full architectural plan for the house and engineering of the first lot has been completed, and we have made decisions on the fun stuff such as flooring and the countertops and the details inside the house, and we have hired a builder, and we are moving forward. So we are super excited about being able to tell you more about this. We're incredibly excited about getting the first home started very soon, and I will make sure to let you know through our Facebook, Instagram, website, whenever the groundbreaking date is set. JC has taken us through many paths within the foster care system, such as prevention, foster care, and adoption. However, for some, permanency is not achieved through adoption or reunification. The reality for so many of our youth is that they will age out of the system. This is a problem that Agape Ranch is working to overcome through providing a home for our aging out foster youth with mentors to help them transition into adult life. We need you to join us in this arena to fight for the future of the foster youth aging out of the system. Currently, we are losing over 90% of our youth to homelessness, incarceration, human trafficking, prostitution, and death within 3 years. We can do better. We have to do better. And I want to introduce you to my friend Tay, who has overcome many challenges to create a beautiful new legacy. Youth like Tay will find a home in Agape Ranch, and here she is to tell her story.
Hi, my name is Tanisha Tucker. I'm 19, and this is my aging out story. I was taken into care at the age of 16 along with my 4 siblings, and from there we were all separated. I was moved into a few other homes. I was with my sister for a little while, but then we got separated, and from there on I got aged out, and then I was homeless for a bit until I graduated, and then after I graduated, that same very day I moved to Corpus, where I'm attending Texas A&M Corpus Christi, and from there I've been indicted into the SIL program, and I've just been going to school. Since the SIL program, it's been pretty good. I have a roof over my head. I don't ever have to worry about not having a place to sleep. I get help with groceries. Thanks to Agape Ranch, I just recently got a job at Chick-fil-A, so I've just been, going to school, getting good grades. I was on the dean list first semester. Not so much this semester because of quarantine, but it's still a pretty good GPA. What the mentorship with Agape Ranch I've been helping with so far, well, when I was in care, I didn't really have the guidance, or I didn't have someone to tell me this is, I've been through that situation and I'm doing better, and me going through it and me doing good now, I feel like helping the youth that don't have that guidance, maybe that relationship with their foster parents or their caseworkers through Agape Ranch, we can just, help them and guide them towards what's right and wrong. Most of us don't have parents like myself, so we don't know the life skills to guide us through life after aging out, with bills and, real world situations, and making those connections. It would help a lot. One of my mentors will be helping me with planning and buying a car and how to get insurance and everything that goes with it, how to save, and everything that comes with it, because I don't have any prior knowledge, and it's a great help. For me, I did attend a university, so I was able to get housed with, with dorm situations, but I know a lot of people that don't feel like they want to go to a university and they just want to get an associate's with cosmetology or welding or whatever, and so they don't have that chance to have a place to stay. So the homes that they're bringing will be a really good stress reliever, like taking off their shoulders, because now they have a place to stay and they don't have to worry about something like that.
It makes me so proud to see all Tay has achieved when facing such overwhelming odds. And the future she has as she navigates adulthood is going to be beautiful. We are thankful that she has allowed us to journey with her, and she's helping Agape Ranch to create a mentorship program to help more young adults aging out of the foster system. Will you join me by making it possible for youth like Tay that Agape Ranch can engage with to help support so that they can create a better legacy for their future? One of the things you can do is commit to a one-time donation or become a monthly donor through our monthly Legacy Maker program, which allows us to create and maintain sustainable programs to benefit the foster children and youth. You can do that by going to agaperanch.org. Our friends, the Reeduses, wrote a beautiful song specifically addressing the crisis facing the aging out youth. You can listen, and I invite you to truly reflect on how you can partner with us.
I can see in your tired eyes, it's a lot when you're 4 and 5. There's a pain that you can't describe, and that's alright. But there's more to you, I know. There's a strength in you, I see. And with all you've overcome, you're gonna do great things. I believe it, I can see it. You're a miracle in motion. You can feel it in your spirit as you live in every moment. And remember when the tears are falling down, that your story isn't over even now.
It's unfair what you've had to see when you're only 17. But now you're safe and I'm listening, I'm on your side. I know it feels like you've come undone, like everything that you knew is gone. And there's a trust that I haven't won, and that's alright.
But there's more to you, I know. There's a strength in you, I see. And with all you've overcome, you're gonna do great things. Every day you're doing great things. I believe it, I can see it. You're a miracle in motion. You can feel it in your spirit as you live in every moment. And remember when the tears are falling down, that your story isn't over even now. And you know that God has plans to guard you, plans to prosper, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. You know that God has plans to guard you, plans to prosper, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And you know that God has plans to guard you, plans to prosper, not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. I believe it, I can see it. You're a miracle in motion. You can feel it in your spirit as you live in every moment. I believe it, I can see it. You're a miracle in motion. You can feel it in your spirit as you live in every moment. And remember when the tears are falling down, that your story isn't over even now. So look up and find the rainbow in the clouds. No, your story isn't over even now.
Be a part of the mission of Agape Ranch in supporting vulnerable children. The team's going to be sticking around to take your questions, help you to find the right gift that is right for you, and complete your donation. We thank you so much for being a part of this evening and your willingness to learn how you can impact the lives of vulnerable children. We encourage you to share this event and the mission of Agape Ranch with your friends and family. The recording of this event will be on Agape Ranch's YouTube channel, Facebook, and website at agaperanch.org. Hope you have a blessed and fantastic evening, and thank you so much for joining us. Become a legacy maker.
To the ones held down by the weight of addiction,
everyone needs a village.
To the children found in the fear of oppression,
everyone needs a village.
All across this town we can join in the mission.
Everyone needs a village. To the families out giving hope and affection,